on
Mister,
time.
I'm sending the link at 11:40. Yeah, I'm sending the link at 11:40. Don't worry about it. It'll be there. It'll be there. So what did I do at 11:40? I checked the bridge, and sure as shit, there was no fucking link there. But there was definitely a link there at 11:49. So I guess it technically counts because it has a 4, right?
Exactly.
And we must be live because I just got a notification.
And we're live with the co-founders, the originals, starting things off for you guys tonight. We're here for some glorious topics, and I mentioned in my tweet we were going to have some fiery discussion. And PB, I think you're going to be happy with discussion tonight because we're going to have a running theme. Yes, but we're going to have a running theme here about
the Flash being a dick.
About the Flash being a dick, and showrunners and people in these franchises feeling shafted with how their characters are being treated.
I need to clarify. I'm talking about the one from the movies, not the one from the show. The one from the show is great. The one from the movies is atrocious.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Are you eating?
Yeah.
God damn it.
A villain needs to eat late.
I was told that you only need to eat sunshine to survive.
It depends on the day. But no, as Tommy said, I'm going to talk about the front runners of the show. These topics are going to be specified toward how unceremoniously some things have gone off, right? And how some people are feeling slighted. Mainly one of my favorite shows, and I can't wait to kick off with this topic because it's been really interesting.
No, man, Arrow's over.
Timon Flip, I love it. He says, at General Zod's Fandom Show, a running theme, maybe Chariot of Fire. I love it. Speaking of which, welcome Trey Courtney. You're always here. The excellent mod, the mod extraordinaire Tommy, who by the way was on Weekly Rumble, doing modding stuff. I mean,
he was modding on the Weekly Rumble on the Real Review 3000 with some people. I saw a turtle.
If you want to see me talk about my cosplay bedroom life, definitely check out the first question on the show. Oh, PB, it was magical. They asked me about, the question was, would you be okay?
You were late here because you were talking with those people?
No. This was hours ago.
Okay.
This was when, around the 7 area. But the opening question for the Weekly Rumble was, would you be fine with cosplay in the bedroom? And of course, the first person to answer this question was me. Or no, it should have been someone else, but I was like second in line. And there's like, Chris is like, okay, General Zod. And I don't think they knew how I was going to answer it. And I went on this whole thing. It was 5 minutes. And he's like, if you want to mulligan your time.
5-minute question, too.
Yeah, it was and he was like, you want to mulligan? Because I go, oh no, Chris, I'm sad this isn't a 10-minute.
I don't know if 5 minutes is going to be enough.
And it was hilarious. And Chris goes, I'm going to give you 10 points because I was horrified and impressed by your answer. So guys, check out that replay. We were all off the hook. Me and Ords made a special bond over DC. It was a great time. And
when don't you bond over DC with somebody? Every time I ever hear you talk with anybody about DC, you're like, oh man, we're gonna be best friends now.
BFFs for life.
You're like, oh, Sean, you love DC? We're gonna be best friends now. Oh, Terrence, you love DC? We're gonna be best friends now. Oh, LB, you don't love DC? Well, we'll still be best friends anyways. It don't matter.
So, today's first topic I wanted to bring up because I know that me and you are fans of the shared Arrowverse, and I don't know if you've heard PB around the water cooler, but tonight's first topic is about
No,
Stephen
I haven't
Amell.
heard. We don't have any water coolers here right now, Zod. They're all frozen. They're ice coolers.
Oh, well, yeah, that's right. Fandom Zone, forgot.
We were talking around the ice box.
And Stephen Amell, well, I'm going to start with this first thing, then I'm going to go into the article because he blasts Ezra Miller, but I'm going to do a little setup. So if you guys all know who Michael Rosenbaum is, he is probably the best
original
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor, which I know
Amen.
isn't true. But TV-wise, I don't know if there was another one on TV before him.
No, definitely not. And he has a podcast, and I'm really thinking of finding this podcast because it must be magical. But he has a podcast, and seeing as to the CW holds a special place in his heart because, you know, Smallville, he had on Stephen Amell. And Stephen, the man's a genius. Stephen Amell comes on, and they question him about the Crisis on Infinite Earths. You know, they're tap dancing around it, and Michael Rosenbaum makes like a heartfelt, like, man, that episode really just got me, and you know, I love what Arrow's done for the, you know, starting the shared universe. And what do you think? And Stephen blasted the CW so hard. Just like, what? It felt like
he blasted him so hard he's gonna have to call the doctor after 4 hours.
Oh, God. Dude, he went off. He got so mad he had a panic attack and had to leave the podcast. They had to do another interview. He was so infuriated. He was talking about the shitty crossovers. His words, he said they were shitty crossovers. He said he hated the shooting schedule. He says he hated how they did his death on Supergirl, which I 110% agree. It should have been shot on Arrow because that's their show. And I understand with the way that they position the episodes, but he was mad
on both shows, guy. I know it was weird.
Yeah. He said he didn't understand it whatsoever. And he's like, if they were going to kill him off the first time, why kill him off, you know, a second time? It was kind of redundant. He said, like, he said that for the shoot that in episode 1 where he's lying on the gurney, he said the people weren't even there. It was fucking tennis balls.
Yeah, that's what I found out when I did some investigating, did a little reading on, you know, a couple different articles, because, you know, you can't always trust just one. And I was like, well, as long as this article isn't just referencing the other article, it might be reasonable. And yeah, that's what I've read in several different spots, was that when he's, I assume, talking to Barry and Sarah, apparently they aren't actually there.
Okay, you know what? We're not talking a Robert De Niro or someone like that where it's a great actor, or Tom fucking Hanks that can make a whole movie out of talking to Wilson. We're not talking about that level of acting. You don't know
how good of an actor Stephen Amell is. I don't see Robert De Niro going out there and bringing any superhero characters to life.
No, I give him all the credit in the world. That show and him, he started that Arrow. He started the Arrowverse. Without Arrow, the rest of the Arrowverse, and it's the Arrowverse, doesn't exist. It's just a verse, yeah. It's just DC on the CW.
Verse?
No bite to it. But you know, you being a fan like me and following Arrow even beyond me, because God, You should get a medal for watching Supergirl for all these years. I salute you, sir. Like, if there is some kind of Oscar for person who had to put up with most agenda politics in a show, you deserve that fucker, because you've been in it every season. Like,
I mean, it's still not as bad as Batwoman. Like, Batwoman's been on for half a season, and they've crammed as much identity politics into that show as they did in 4.5 seasons of Supergirl. Like, holy shit. I mean, they've gone real hard into the
fuck the
ID
time wait.
politics in the most recent episode. It's bad.
Yeah. I'm going to do just a season review. I mean, because I can't go episode by episode. I have to do this as a season. This show's so bad. But anyways, so, Stephen Amell is, a pretty chill guy from all reports. You've read several different articles. I mean, he's a pretty chill guy, but you're figuring what? It's been 8 years he's been dealing with this shit, and it feels like it's been compared to Mark Hamill with Star Wars. Like, that level of, like, his contract's up, and he's just like, fuck them. And he's just telling it all. And I agree with him. Like, this is your flagship character, and look what they're getting rid of to put in his place.
I would say it's not necessarily that he wasn't putting his heart and soul into the product, but he didn't feel that the producers were putting their heart and soul into the product by setting them up for the schedule that they had when you're doing a crossover, that, hey, you have to go to this show and these producers and do this on this day, and then you got to book it over to this other show to film this one scene over there, and just do it, by their strict schedule. And if one person just isn't there on a day, I guess, you just get replaced with a fucking tennis ball. And you go, well, these are the lines that I have to deliver to the camera that's over there, so I guess I'll look at the tennis ball. And apparently they've been doing that for years, and none of us knew it. Because you can't tell when you just watch it on TV or on the app or wherever you're watching the show. You can just see what's happening. You can't tell that the person's not there. I mean, I'm not that good at spotting CGI and how they're splicing scenes together.
I'll give Arrow one thing, and I think you and me can agree on this. Out of all of the shows, and I will fight anyone on this, out of all of the shows, I would say Arrow has the best as far as budget-wise, and then I'd go Flash, just because those first two came first, and I feel like they put more effort into those productions. And then I put Legends of Tomorrow third, because I've seen some wonky shit on Legends. I mean, some of it works, and then some of it's like, that's ugly CGI. But Arrow and Flash, I'd say, have been the most consistent in the quality show that they produce. Not saying that all of their stuff comes off 100%, but
visuals.
Yeah, visually, I'd say those two shows always stand out as kind of better quality. And it's like the more they put out, the shittier the quality is. Like, Batwoman is just bad. It's just bad. The production for that is shit. Like, it is fucking terrible. Terrible production value.
Bad at every level.
Yeah. It's like Arrow.
Like, the best level that they have going for them is the acting, and it's not strong.
Like, here's the thing too, if you have a poor or poor production, you can make it up with good acting. I mean, you and me are fans of let's just throw out Stargate SG-1, right? Those special effects, let's be real, sometimes were a little bit janky, but
for sure. It's a 90s show.
it's 90s. It's 90s. quality production, but yet you can watch. I've watched those seasons several times. I know you have. And you can still sit down and watch a whole season, and you can excuse some of the wonky shit you're going to see in it because the acting, the dialogue, the chemistry, it's all there. I mean, hell, one of my favorite shows on Fox is Lucifer, and Gotham had up and down stuff, but I liked Gotham's dialogue and the way the characters interacted and things like that. So it was compelling. Like, you can have shitty CGI and still have a good show. You know.
Oh, right, absolutely. I mean, you can
What's
even
up,
have.
Justin?
Why do we have to do this so late?
Just because I know.
Says the guy on the West Coast. I love it.
You love staying up this late, hanging out with all the night owls here. You know, tell them how much you love them. I mean, you know, this is for the people, Justin. We're YouTubers of the people.
Fine. I'll do it for the people, but just know I never liked you, Zod. How dare you?
You know what? I'm probably okay. Let's get sidetracked for all of you guys. A little fun fact for everyone tuned in. I'm hated anyways. Did you guys see that fucking thread? So a little backstory,
oh my
guys.
God, the thread.
Yes,
the thread.
I go to promote a show with my dear friend Miss Mary Mayhem. We're gonna do an interview, right? So I go, hey guys, I'm gonna have
yeah,
Mary
you screwed up the time on that. Great job.
No, yeah, that's a separate story. Fucking time zones. But anyways,
so by like an hour.
Yeah, I forgot there's an hour difference.
Oh my God.
So I send out this tweet, right? And this asshole comes in and starts saying random stuff. And I'm like,
out of nowhere.
And I'm like, buddy, we didn't attack you. I was saying my friend's coming over for an interview. If you guys are interested, jump in. If not, don't fucking say anything.
My favorite part, and the one where it was so simple and then I lost it, was when you sent the second tweet out and you were like, okay, now this one isn't for trolls, so if you could leave this thread alone and just keep your trolling to the first thread, that'd be great. And then he said, well, it looks like Mary started it. I was like, she didn't even fucking say anything, man. Like, she is tagged in a third-party tweet. She hasn't responded to it. I don't even know if she retweeted it yet. What do you mean she started something? What are you fucking talking about?
And Curtis, no, you did not miss G-Man Lives. We are going the next weekend because if you think the time zones for people in the U.S. is bad, holy shit. Like, international working is, like, tough. G-Man is not in the country, so I've got to work around his time zone. So,
which country?
I think, like, I don't want to misassume.
Oh my God, just pick a continent then.
You don't know where he's from?
Is he from Europe?
I'm going to say Europe.
You're going to say Europe. Okay, so you have no idea where he's from.
For 200.
He's got no clue where this guy's from, but he got an interview with him at Epix.
Yes, that's how Zod rolls.
Amazing. Fucking amazing.
I don't know. I'm
did
just
you see
charming.
that thread on Twitter or not?
You asking me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Is it the one with the Star Trek character that I have no idea who it is?
the one with the Star Trek character that kept talking to himself.
And he named it like Data, like so he named him after like that kid from the Goonies or whatever. Oh wait, oh that's the actual Star Trek guy. Oh, interesting. No, I didn't really like. You just said we don't have any talent or something. He's right.
I was like, oh, okay. So he's been on the Phantom Zone. He's been in the late nights. He knows.
People like us anyway, so who cares?
I know. I mean, I'm sitting here. We've been going back into the 11 and 12.
And I was like, okay, if we're a bunch of talentless hacks, how about you suggest where I can go to watch people with talent? No response.
Actually, I think
I
he did
know,
respond.
disappointing.
He did?
Yeah, he mentioned
Well, fuck.
Mecha Random and some other people. So
They don't. You know what I
Oh, as
love?
somebody with actual talent? So he's got a problem with Mary, but not a problem with Mecha Random, because that makes sense.
You know what I love? I love these people who come on and insult you, and they mention these other big name YouTubers, and they've never fucking had any stake or met them or talked with them or nothing. They don't have any reason to promote these people. And guess what? We all do the same shit. So, the whole thing is just nonsensical. These people make me laugh. It was a highlight. I'm like, holy shit! I didn't know that promoting an interview was gonna cause like World War III. And like what I put on my next tweet is, I'm not trying to incite the next World War. I just want to say, could you get, I have this interview, blah blah blah, and trolls, please go on the first thread if you're gonna troll. So I mean, the second thread didn't have as many problems, but then time zones. So it was hilarious.
Are there still trolls there or something making more notifications blow up? Let's see.
Oh my God, it's been going back and forth. I go, this is the most activity I've ever had on a thread. I mean, I don't know whether to be like impressed with myself or to be fucking
No,
The
never.
second most activity I've ever had on a thread.
Oh.
The most activity I ever had on a thread is when I engage with Renfamous. This is bad.
Oh God.
I
don't even want to get started on that nightmare. You say one thing and it's like 40 different responses, and I was like, I can't
They
insult
think
all
that
of you.
we're the pile-on army. My God, those people are fucking nuts.
Yeah, they take the fun out of having a troll. Like, this guy was mildly entertaining to hear his nonsense. Those are infamous people. It's just like a bunch of like, I don't know, like Jim Jones cult kind of mentality. Like, I don't know what kind of, if she's got like magic blue hair or something, but holy
Blue
shit, those people
blue
are
hair.
like, oh my God.
That sounds almost as nonsensical as saying that you're making a Flash movie when you're actually starting a TV show.
Yes. So I'm going to read this article. It's article reading time.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Oh my God.
Watch the viewers leave.
Proper. I'm reading this because I know you like to make sure I'm proper while I'm reading these and pick out every grammatical error.
I just have to reference something in the chat real quick. Apparently, Cybernetic Husky is here, and it took him a while because of his dog. And then he said,
because of his dog, he is a dog.
I know. It makes perfect sense. Anyways,
right.
He said, my brother got called for his job in the middle of the night, which makes sense because that's when people do their best murdering.
Okay, before I cite this source, I want to say PB has done some legwork here. This source is accurate with other sources because I know the rap is a big source of contention when you mention them, but this has been actually cited in several interviews and things like that. So it's not just the rap saying it. There's other various sources that confirm these statements by Stephen Amell. Disclaimers out of the way. So, so this is a funny title to begin with. It says, Arrow star Stephen Amell blasts Warner Bros. Over shitty Ezra Miller timing video.
Are you going to show the article?
Highly unlikely.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to share with the class. It is in the group chat.
Ezra Miller. Oh, is he that insufferable?
He's Shitty Flash.
Yeah, he's the Shitty Flash.
Oh, he's the gay Shitty Flash who's like heteronormative patriarchy, just harasses Gal Gadot.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, hey, Gal, Can you virtue signal for me real quick? Please? Please? No? Oh.
Your
man.
wrath upon this world is over. Oh my god. It's like, kid, you're embarrassing us. Stop it.
So, the CW actor accuses the film studio of stealing Grant Gustin and the Flash TV show's thunder. Arrow star Stephen Amell has criticized Warner Bros. For its Flash feature film announcement on October 15th, claiming the movie studio's Ezra Miller casting undercuts the CW's incarnation of the Flash, which had debuted. I thought that was shitty that all of the stuff got announced the morning of the spectacular ratings of The Flash, he told AMC Movie News in an interview published last week, after explaining why the episodes of a new season are so important from a rating standpoint. I thought that the way Warner Brothers announced the slate of DC movies could have been handled better, he said. And I think that someone like Grant Gustin, who has launched an iconic character like the Flash to record-breaking numbers, Gustin portrays the Flash on Arrow's spin-off show, which debuted to record numbers on the CW in October. But on October 15th, unveiled a new phase of DC Comics lineups, which include a standalone Flash movie set for 2018. So that hasn't come in yet.
We're waiting. It must be in development.
It's like announced it in 2018. Holy shit. I think that...
How old is this article?
Huh?
How old is this article?
Let me see.
It should say at the top, guy. Like right at the top. It'll say the date and probably the time that it was published, no less. At least they typically do on the internet. They don't usually put a time on like a magazine or a newspaper. But I'll continue to talk as long as you need me to talk until you can find the date or time, because I'm trying not to leave freaking dead air out there, you son of a bitch. Oh, you ruined it.
Oh my god, the unicorn's here, isn't she?
Yes.
She has been watching the entire time.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, I thought she
has.
was distracting him. I'm like, oh no, please, not now. Give it a second. Wait until one of us are talking.
You figure out the date yet, guy?
No, I can't find anything.
Holy shit.
You can't what the fuck? What?
Unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Like I'm gonna click on it. I'm not even on it. I'm gonna go to Twitter. I'm gonna go into the group. I'm gonna get all the way there, and I'm gonna find this fucking date before you can, and you were reading the goddamn article.
Oh my god, this is embarrassing.
This is embarrassing. And you're supposed to be some kind of professional villain?
Yeah.
I'm an amateur villain, though.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to be in the big leagues.
Published November. Oh my god. It says it right at the top.
You can't find it. It doesn't. Plus, even if it didn't have a date, why would you pick an article that had no date on it? It's ridiculous.
Oh, do you want to know the date proper?
Yeah.
The date is November 19th, 2014. At 2:49 p.m. Why the fuck is this supposed to be a retread? I don't understand. Was there an update? I gotta scroll to the bottom now. Like, was there? We updated this article last month. Blah blah blah. Oh man!
My god! What?
What happened here, guy?
Oh god!
How do you find an article from 2014? How did that happen?
Oh my god.
Because I know he was re-roasting them, but not over this particular thing. He was roasting them about the whole making of the crossovers and how he thought they weren't being entirely professional because, as we said earlier, tennis balls as humans.
Oh, wait, it did have an update. November 20th, 2014. One day later.
Oh, okay. Okay. No. Okay.
Actually, not even that, like 12 hours later. Wow. Why did you why are we watching this? Like, what are we looking at this for? What is
Okay,
it?
so my point was of bringing this up.
Oh,
So-
it has other news, Anchorman 2's coming out. Oh, wow.
So come on now, I'm recalibrating my thought here. So my point of bringing this up was DC has pissed them off before, right? Or more mainly Warner Bros, right? They undercut Flash, the show, by announcing Flash the movie, which was supposed to come out in 2018. And well, after Justice League, we see what happened with that. So we brought up earlier that there was an interview he had with Michael Rosenbaum, which was recently, where he talked about the crossover and how he was pissed off at how they had handled his death. Now, my whole point for bringing this article up and giving some insight is, from 2014 when this article was done, all the way up to now, we're in 2020. Okay, so we've had a couple of years past, and these guys have gotten fucking worse. First off, the Ezra Miller Flash made a slight cameo apparently in the Crisis on Infinite Earths
Yes, he
Crossing.
definitely made a cameo. That is for sure.
Why?
Did you not
And-
watch it?
I didn't watch the latest one. No, I was pissed off after the second death. Ugh. So I didn't watch the very last episode, and from what I heard, it wasn't really anything great happen anyways. But the whole point being,
Yeah, there wasn't like a race between the two Flashes. The universes were collapsing on each other, guy.
nah, whatever. I was done after they killed Stephen. But anyways, my point is
Yes,
this.
this is another show I'm not going to be watching.
My point is this. They have had this like big event, right? And again, a couple of years later, they undercut the show that made the CW and the Arrowverse, because it is the Arrowverse, successful. And what is Flash leaving behind? What are the new shows we have to look forward to? Batwoman, Super
What do you
Whammon,
mean that?
Yeah,
No,
the
that-
Canaries.
it's already the new show you have to look forward to is Stargirl, spring 2020. They don't even have a fucking date for it yet.
I mean, is it just me, or I mean, I'm gonna put on my tinfoil hat for a second. Is it just me, or does anyone notice a shift? And then there was another article out talking about how the Access Media.
When was this article
giving-
out? In 2015?
No, it was recent. They were talking about how they were giving the DC such credit because they're being even more progressive than Marvel with the way that they're marketing their Arrowverse. And like, oh, great. You can keep your show on for like, I don't know, 8 more seasons because the CW has a weird rating system and none of these shows ever seem to get canceled. Like, Batwoman's ratings has taken a nosedive and it got renewed for a second season. How the fuck does that happen? And back in the 90s, an amazing show like
Because
Firefly
we don't know
got
how much it
canceled
costs
after
to make
half a fucking
it.
season.
You got to take all the numbers into account and what they think they're using to prop it up with. Like, it's being propped up by the other shows at the moment. Like, if it stutters, they'll be like, oh, well, spoiler alert, we'll just go grab the Green Lantern we created at the end of Arrow.
And I mean, it's kind of funny because this was my fear for the MCU, like an all female direction. But boy, the CW just fucking hopped on that train lickety split. Like, look at the cat. Look, who are the male characters? And PB, you'd be able to answer this better because you watch all the shows more. Who are the male characters left after Arrow is gone? Because John Diggle is becoming green.
Wait. Okay, so
no, that's debatable. It's become.
Are you telling me they killed off Arrow in the Arrowverse?
Yes,
correct.
Well, then what's the point of calling it the Arrowverse anymore?
That's a good question. That is a damn good question.
The only 2 episodes I've ever watched in this damn Arrowverse thing is 2 episodes of Batwoman. That's it. And I know enough to know that you can't just kill off the main character. Like, it's like you kill off Superman and you make Superman 5 without Superman. What the fuck? That doesn't work.
Yeah.
What is it, Kal-El Jr. or something? Fuck that kid.
Yeah, it's like, what are you guys
Superboy
running
was
with?
A clone.
Oh, but it's still not Christopher Reeve.
I mean, like, it's like, what are you guys like running with, and how long can these like feminist agenda? And I can confidently say it now, watching Batwoman and Superwoman, like they're pushing more of the agenda now. Legends of Tomorrow still has males there. I'm waiting for them to kill them off so that you can females can take over that. But I mean, they are rapidly losing male supported cast in this verse, and it's astonishing because let's be honest, people, this is like reverse sexism. Like, there is a serious hatred in this show or in any of these shows for male characters. Just watch an episode of Batwoman if you want to see males that act.
Watch the most recent one. Watch the most recent one.
Oh my God! That that was so bad. Oh, it was like
horrendous.
Batwoman's day.
I gotta go back and read you. No, I gotta read you something that Tommy said earlier in the chat because I forgot about it for a moment, but I gotta go back to it before we move on too far. He said, "I want to see just once a unicorn beating a villain down. Is that too much to ask?" On camera.
Mm-hmm. Apparently.
So,
Tommy, we got to get him over 500 subs, and then he'll take that corn to the hole.
I guess, I do it for the fans, so unicorn, cornhold.
He's going to get unicorn hold.
So, yeah, and welcome everybody who's new to the channel. If you like this content, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to hear more of this wacky shit that we talk about at night, go ahead and hit that bell. Because then you get
Tommy has been modding for how long we been going? 38 fucking minutes. He's been modding for 38 minutes. He finally got a notification for the stream.
Go algorithm. That's why our numbers jump all over the fucking place.
Go ahead and share the stream, everybody, just like he said in the chat. Let Twitter know, let Instagram know, let the Facebook know. There are old people that just woke up to take a pee.
So, I mean, proper, I know you don't got a stake in these CW shows and you feel a little out of place. Don't worry, we're going to get to a subject you can talk about. It's movie related. It's going to be on a movie you've been so looking forward to seeing, as you can see by the thumbnail in the background. But
we can see the thumbnail in the background.
Yeah, I got it in the background with the thumbnail.
All I see is perp in this helmet. Get it?
Hold on, let me see if I could clear it up. Oh, but that looks magnificent. I'm large.
Oh my God! No.
But yeah, so
Whoa.
LB is
LB
not
needs to
happy
talk
about
about
changing
what?
the subject. He's like, no.
Okay,
Don't
hold on.
change the
I'll send you
subject
the
off
link,
of what? The
LB.
unicorn
on.
holing?
Hold on, LB. We will send you a link. I'm looking. PB, you're good at nonsensical bullshit talk. Go ahead.
Nonsensical bullshit talk.
Oh, hold on a
I
second.
can bullshit talk with the best of them. So can Proper. He's pretty good at it.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Bitchy Unicorn says, LOL, I'm large. Is that a first for you, Zod?
You know the answer to that. Definitely. Never mind. Anyways.
Yeah, definitely never.
He's used
Okay,
to those
cool.
Chinese unicorns.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
She's literally like probably in the living room looking like typing angrily.
Did you send it to him?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
He'll be here shortly. He knows how to operate his tech, unlike some certain black bots on the internet.
What?
Terrence? I'm talking about Terrence. If it wasn't clear for everybody,
Terrence is gonna get a Twitter in the year 2040.
Terrence will get a Twitter as soon as Twitter isn't a thing. He'll be like, "Hey guys, I just signed up. Oh, is this platform dead?"
Oh yeah, he just got a MySpace account.
Mr. LB, welcome.
Bruh. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I know what LB wants to talk about.
I am fine. But is there an echo? Just making sure.
No.
No, not anymore.
All right. So, man, I watched the last 3 episodes of Arrow, people. I did not recognize that show.
Oh,
right?
Man. I
That
can
was what you call
agree
Arrow?
with that. The last 3 episodes, no.
I'm like, what am I watching here? Like, of course, I didn't watch the whole season. I only watched the last 3 episodes. So, like, I'm kind of lost on certain characters. But it's not hard to follow this story.
Well, I mean, the one episode did what, Green Arrow and the Canaries or whatever, Future Arrow.
Like, bruh,
You don't need to know the storyline to not be able to follow that.
No, like, how is Oliver in the last 2 episodes in like one scene outside of flashbacks?
Yep.
They forgot about
it. Set it up.
Your series finale, he's in the final scene of the final episode.
And he's dead.
And he's dead.
And then did you see that bullshit with Felicity?
Office.
Yeah, you see that bullshit with Felicity where she's
She
like,
killed
I want to go
herself.
where Oliver is. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
she's got 2 kids. Like, it's been 20 years. She's got 2 kids, and she's like, you know what? I've waited 20 years. It's time to kill myself. That's what. Oh my God. It's ridiculous. I was like, well, at least you got time together in your office.
Man, I was not expecting a good series finale. But man, I could not have ever dreamed that episode up. I could have never thought of that. That was far worse than I could have ever expected.
Okay, so LB, let me direct this towards you now that you...
I was just going to say, I like the fact that they didn't do the clip show style, that the flashbacks were things that we had never.
Right.
Okay, but to that, LB, now let me ask you something. I'm putting on my tinfoil hat here, but do you feel like after seeing that and seeing how they treated his character, that Stephen Amell is right in his comments he made with Michael Rosenbaum on his podcast about how he was pissed off about how they killed his character off, how they've handled the crossover, his ending, all of it? Like, the man had like a panic attack. He was so angry. They had to break it into like 2 interviews.
Man, like straight up, this man put in so much work into that character. Like, he's the OG of these, well, not, if you don't count Smallville, the Arrowverse stuff. He's the OG of this. Man, he put in so much work as an actor to buy, so you could buy into his character. Like, you saw how much better he got from season 1 to season 2. Like, that show was like peak superhero TV shows in season 2. And to go from that, I mean, the show declined from after that season, but to go from that to end the show like this, man, out of all the TV shows I have watched, like, y'all could say whatever you want about the Game of Thrones finale, but man, this finale, it might be the worst I've ever seen. Like, I'm serious.
I agree. I agree, because I agree with you. It was bad. Like, it was terrible.
Like, just imagine, like, all right, for Game of Thrones, if Ned Stark came back in the final scene saying, "I crown Bran, not Bran, whatever his name, I forgot his name. It's Bran, right?"
Yeah, Bran the Broken.
He comes back in the final scene. He was resurrected somehow, saying, "I brand you, I name you King of the North," and all that stuff, or some foolishness like that. Like, man, I couldn't believe
it. It was terrible. And you know, and I brought up the previous articles because this has been a consistent thing with CW. And LB, I'm putting on my tinfoil hat, and I don't like to use this a lot, but when you see the new lineup of shows looking a little bit, and I'm doing air quotes, woke over there. Like, every single show has a fucking female lead, except for Legends of Tomorrow.
Man,
the rest of them are all female leads.
What are you talking about? Legends of Tomorrow. The fucking leader of Legends of Tomorrow is Sarah Lance.
Oh, see, I always thought it was Ray because he's the smart one, but the fuck do I know? I don't write for the CW, apparently.
Man, so check this out.
Or watch the show.
Episode 9, right? I knew when Laurel and the other canary, the woke canary, they was talking in the house. When I knew for a fact when they were sitting there talking to each other, I'm like, man, they're going to have a show with all 3 of them coming very soon. So my friend sends me a link. They're developing one of those shows. I'm like,
yep. Yeah, that was a whole, that entire episode was meant to be a tester.
An entire episode without him in it. And this is your final season, boy. Hey, if Stephen Amell checked himself into a hospital or something, I don't even blame him for this.
He had a nervous breakdown.
What's the address? Can I send flowers?
Yeah. Like, man. Like, wow. Like, bro, like, if I would have seen that series finale on the night it came out, I would have been on the live stream for like 6 hours talking about this mess, bro. I was heated. I was fed up. I promise you, man.
And LB, I know you don't throw around those terms and like you don't like be slanging the woke talk and all of that, but am I crazy in thinking this? Like, no, the CW has gone full vagina.
There. It's clearly there, man. I mean, Arrow's been doing it since like they like, I guess the fans thought Felicity was hot, so they started giving her more roles and tighter clothes to wear, and then like
as they should.
Look, I missed the days where my biggest concern with Arrow was too much Laurel.
Yeah. And then they killed her off. They killed her off in quite possibly one of the worst series, and I'm like, oh, we're back on track. And then we had Felicity, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
That was my biggest beef with Arrow, bro. It was just Laurel, the overabundance of Laurel, and it's clear as day that they're pushing her. That was my biggest issue with Arrow back in the day, man. But this here, bruh. And hey, I'm pretty sure you like the crossover stuff, PB, with this Crisis of in whatever it's called, right?
I do.
You did?
I did.
Right, like, I wasn't expecting some, movie type budget stuff. I knew it was gonna be some cheap stuff, but bruh, when I was watching this episode, I was like, man, what in the world am I watching? This is far, 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 far worse than I was expecting it to be. I was like, bruh. And then they got Ezra Miller to do a scene via Skype. It's like, bruh.
Hey, LB, you have a fan? Johnny the Real Silver says LB is the best. I'm here for LB. You guys are lucky he comes on here. We know, Johnny. We know. We appreciate having LB
Johnny,
here.
I've never heard of you. I've never seen you before, but salute to you. So, like, man, like, straight up though, like, series finales, like, I've always said this, man, series finales are they're never really that good because they're always rushed because they want to tie up every loose end or it's some fan service mess. But bruh, this here, man, that made me.
Well, can I tell you what I liked about the series finale?
Momentarily. I just got one more point. Like, for
Open
me,
up
I
a
didn't watch
can
every
of worms
season.
with a new villain.
Yeah, like, for me, I didn't watch every season of Arrow. I quit. I tried to come back. I watched some and I quit again. I quit multiple times. But like, for somebody who's invested from day one of the show up until the very end, man, boy. Now I can understand why people who watch Pretty Little Liars from day one were so upset with the finale. Because you invested all your time into the show.
Oh, yeah, we were all so pissed off. No, I'm kidding. I never watched it.
No, I'm serious. I was pissed.
With what? Pretty
Well, that was a good show.
You talking Pretty Little Liars or Arrow?
Both.
Oh.
I mean, I was invested in Pretty Little Liars. Them bitches had secrets.
What was it? Who was A or whatever? Was that the big
but
mystery?
Then it changed, and there was a bigger conspiracy, and I'm not gonna go into it. Take a while.
And that's when it became a mess.
Yeah, that's a whole other stream there. But man, I couldn't believe it. Like, I watched those 3 episodes back to back to back, and I was just each episode I was just more flabbergasted. But go ahead, PB, man. Let us know your point you were trying to make, my man.
Oh, I like the part of the show where they didn't decide to set anything up for the future. It was definitely a finale. There was no new villain introduced. The villain that they were using in the episode was one that harkened back to the list from season 1. I didn't necessarily like the super stupid amount of cheese of, oh, well, Oliver didn't kill you then, so I'm not going to kill you now. But I'm going to put you right back where you were, even though that's where you want to be. What the hell? I was like, okay, cool.
Speaking of cheese, so, everyone comes back to go to Oliver's funeral. Thea comes back. Roy's like, yeah, I know your brother's dead and we got a funeral, but what's up? What's up between me and you? She's like,
yep.
Thea's like, bruh, this ain't the time, bruh. So they go on a mission to go find Oliver's son. Hey, yo, I know we on this mission. We got to find your nephew, but what's up between me and you, bruh? I'm just like, oh, CW.
See, it's stuff like that that's aggravating because I liked it and I didn't like it because I liked how they were doing the mission because it went back to how it was, I want to say, in season 3 and 4 when they had Team Arrow and they would send out 2 people in like 2 groups or 3 groups to hit each place all at the same time to find out where the person is. I was like, oh, they're doing it exactly how they used to. But we didn't constantly talk about our feelings the entire fucking time before.
Right. Like, come on.
Yeah,
bro,
they
like,
had witty banter.
Like, what
You
kind
know?
of what kind of grown man is on a mission to go find these people's nephew, and you here talking about marry me? Huh?
Especially that grown man with all of his bloodlust.
Yeah, he had a lust. Wasn't as for some of that Thea. Definitely wasn't for the fucking mission. Oh, it was. Oh my god, it was. Okay, and
you want to know what annoyed me the most? To be honest with you,
Yes.
Laurel's hair.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can definitely get on board with that.
Like,
It's bad.
Like, you know, the shorter hair made, you know, her upper assets hang out more, but your jaw is way too big for that kind of hair, Laurel.
Yep. Does not frame her face properly.
I felt like she's gonna, you know, and with that hair, I was like, okay, how long until she and one of these other canaries make out or something?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Her and Dinah, if that gets going, there will definitely be a scene in the future. They'll be like, well, you know, it hasn't worked out for me for the last 35 years with men. Might as well try a chick.
How'd that work out?
Don't know.
but there was one bright spot I'd like to point out, and
It's
mainly because this is not going to be connected to the CW. I heard HBO is picking this up, but they're doing a Green Lantern series, and it looks like they're going to run with Diggle as playing John Stewart.
Okay,
No, they'll make him Hal Jordan for diversity. Despite the fact there's a black Green Lantern in the universe, they'll do that.
So, what did you think about that little scene, LB?
Honestly, my homie, I was watching it with him. Well, we wasn't together. Just to let you know.
Okay.
He's in New York watching.
Were you watching them in different rooms or something?
We was in different states watching it together.
But anyway, gotcha.
I didn't
like, I can't be next to you, bro.
He told me after the fact. He's like, "Oh, you saw the Green Lantern thing?" I was like, "Oh, okay, that's what that was." Because I was a little bit confused.
Oh my God. Okay. Interesting. So you didn't know explicitly, just from watching it, exactly what happened.
Correct.
Interesting. Neither did my wife. Because I asked her, because I was sitting here the entire fucking episode, and I had watched like 2 or 3 people do a little speculation talk about it, specifically about his character and whether or not they're going to do some type of Green Lantern Easter egg or setup or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, hopefully at some point, some fucking spaceship crashes during this episode. So I'm sitting here watching, and I was like, okay, the spaceship has got to be coming. The spaceship has got to be coming. The spaceship has got to be coming. And the wife didn't get it. She didn't get it. She didn't get it. And it fucking crashed, and it blew him into his van. Then he goes over, and he opens up this little container, and then all you see is the green glow. And I was like, fuck yeah. And she went, what happened? And I was like, wow, you guys really messed up that people who have watched every single episode of this show don't know what happened in this scene, that you couldn't just show the ring.
Right.
Like, why couldn't you just show the ring? Because I don't know explicitly, but I'm pretty sure in the comics, the ring itself literally flies in the air and finds the closest person who is worthy of it when the current Green Lantern dies.
Yes. It flies literally onto their finger, like every single one. Like when Hal crashed his plane or whatever, the ring flew and like went onto his finger. Like you don't. I've never seen it in a box.
Hey, they ain't have the budget for it to fly onto his finger, okay?
Like
They,
it was
they
a little
used it
weird.
all on the-
Fine,
on the
but
canaries.
apparently it wasn't clear enough for you to understand that it was the Green Lantern ring.
And I just
Which
want to
is
give a shout
disappointing.
out to Miss. She's in the chat, and I told her I would get a rage going. Miss, I loved the second episode of Picard. It was a masterpiece. I think
What?
that every Star Trek show
Bruh.
should be shot like that. It's great. I love J.J. Abrams. I love everyone connected to him, and
Shut up.
yeah, I can't keep it. No, I'm just messing with her. It was terrible.
I haven't seen many Picard videos, but then again, I don't follow all these buffoons. So, have there been a lot of
Yeah, I
Picard
did.
videos out?
I got
yeah.
2 of them.
Oh yeah.
Not that I know of.
I put out my second review about noon.
So they all hate Picard because it's woke or something?
Pretty much.
No, it's not woke. I want to clear up something. It's not woke, and the people who've reviewed it haven't mentioned woke. That isn't the problem. The problem is it has shitty writing, like CBS.
I was gonna say,
level.
when I watched the 2 reviews that I watched of it, they were complaining about stupidity, not about wokeness.
It's just bad storytelling and destroying stuff that Star Trek set up.
So basically, it's a dumbed down Star Trek.
Yeah. It's like
very dumbed down.
it's like they put modern language into this Star Trek, and they do stuff that doesn't make sense at all.
So Captain Picard says it's lit.
I half expect that, LB. One of the girls, I forgot her fucking name. She's like Data's twin daughter or whatever. She says that the dude's like sitting there like a couch lizard or something. And I'm like, what?
I thought Data was a robot.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's another plot point. They cloned they cloned a synthetic and made twins. Just think, they cloned a synthetic being.
Not to mention, they cloned him from one individual cell,
Yes.
a synthetic organism.
So is Data's twins black?
No. No, they're white.
Oh, I bet they tried, though.
So
That would have been epic.
I am so sorry for your loss of the show.
No, it's bad because I'm a next gen fan. Oh, they're fucking it up just massively.
I was talking about Arrow, but I guess yeah.
I mean, but for me, for Arrow, man, like I said, I quit, but it's just so disappointing to see how the show went out like that. Because man, like I said, Stephen Amell, he worked hard for that show, man. Like when it was in its prime, he worked hard, man. He was going to bat for that show so hard, and like
Yeah, we're talking actual salmon ladders.
yeah, I mean, didn't for it to go out like that, man. It's just like yeah, sad times.
Yeah, I mean, the way that you guys are talking about this it's making me think like, if season 3 of Cobra Kai sucks, I'm going to be so pissed off. I'm going to be so pissed off, and I feel you guys, because I'm sure that's not going to happen, but man, if it does, like, you know, you watch it over and over and over again, and you love something so much, like, I can't wait for the next one. It's so, it's so amazing. And then just to see the next season, it's just like, what the fuck happened to this? Like, was it like first like a gradual thing?
For Arrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think pretty much everybody will say season 2 of Arrow is the best season. And then it took a decline, man. Like,
Is it just a different direction, or?
Yeah,
Definitely.
Like, for me, Arrow's at its best when it's him and Diggle. You know.
That's what I was gonna say. It depends on who you like and how you like them to handle the missions. Because
Right.
if you just like the 2-man team up, definitely season 2 is easily the best one, especially because it has Deathstroke on it. It's a fucking great season. But if you love Team Arrow and you want everybody on it, then you're gonna want to wait till like season 5 or 6.
Right. And for me with that, man, it's like it's a show's called Arrow. It's not Team Arrow. I mean, like I season 2 Arrow is probably one of my. I'm not just saying this to be exaggerating and be hyperbole and whatever, but like it's probably my favorite season of the superhero shows. Because like, man, I just remember watching it every week, man. I used to be at the edge of my seat watching each episode. It was like required watching every single week. And then, yeah.
And then Miss showed up with all of her anger. Welcome, Miss.
With her scowl.
What is this anger towards, out of curiosity?
Me. I've been pissing her off all night in the chat.
All right, which sucks harder, Doctor Who or Picard?
I don't even know. I don't know which sucks harder. I think Zod sucks harder than both of them. Fucking asshole.
So
that's what the unicorn told me.
Who's the go-to person for these Picard reviews?
Not me. Probably Mecha Random. Definitely Mecha Random.
No, just say you. Just say you.
No, Mecha Random.
Okay.
Go see what Mecha Random is
I'd
saying.
rather go to Doomcock.
Well, I mean, sexist. No.
What?
Now, for me, like for reviews,
we were just talking about how we want to see Felicity in tight clothes, but then on YouTube, I want to see a man in a mask. Sexist.
Sexist.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I want good reviews. I don't want to watch 10, 15 minutes of somebody. Oh, SJW this. Oh, woke that. Oh, this is trash. Like, tell me why this is trash.
Well, I'll tell you why it's trash. The Star Trek series in general, when it was first created, was a very intelligent.
No, not you. I mean, like, people who's reviewing it.
But if you want to do it right now, you can.
Miss is just so angry today. She's always angry on my show. I don't think there's been one time she's been on and she's been happy.
The only reason I come on here is because I'm pissed off.
All right.
All right then. I might check out Neurotic. I mean, because I don't watch his channel, but like I remember when the first Doctor Who became a woman stuff. I liked what he talked about of it, even though I didn't watch Doctor Who, so I'll probably check him out. Unless he's changed and dumbed down his videos, I don't know. Y'all gotta let me know. I don't watch these people, man.
As for the CW, like I don't understand why you're all surprised that it went downhill.
Well, I mean, look at a little show like Smallville. That final was great. I liked it. I still watched the last season, like the whole last season of that show, and it was a CW show. The last season of Buffy was all right. I didn't have a problem with it. And then after that, they got these shows, and holy fuck! Like, I don't. Did a woman take over? I don't know.
Hey, the chat. Since no one on the panel has a consensus on the Picard review, you let me know in the chat. See, I'm being interactive with your chat, Zod.
I don't know. I heard General Zod has good reviews.
Well, all I know is that like the one episode I saw of Doctor Who a few years ago really sucked, and it was weird and confusing. So I don't know about that.
When are you not confused? Proper. When are you not confused by anything that you see?
Who in the chat got?
Dude, I turned on. Go ahead, LB.
You've turned on. Okay.
Who in the chat? Tell me who has the best Picard review so I could watch them.
Miss. Go ahead, chat. Light it up.
All right, someone tell me, because I'm with LB here. I haven't watched any of the videos, and I don't even. Like, what if this is my first actual experience with Star Trek? Is watching the Picard show? How would you feel? How would you feel, Miss?
I would stab you in the eyes.
All right, I'm gonna stop trying to watch the original series.
Don't watch Star Trek. Don't watch Star Trek if you don't want to watch Star Trek. I mean,
no, I'd rather.
If you want to watch Star Trek, you gotta watch like. Don't watch anything newer than the 90s.
No.
Seriously, no. That's like saying like, well, if I started out with Picard, what would you say? It's like someone coming in. Well, I've never watched any of the Star Wars movies. Should I start with the sequel trilogy? No, you shouldn't.
Well, for someone like me, I watched the Next Generation and I saw the original series, but I didn't watch them like religiously. I watched them with my mom. But Timon FLP says nerdrotic.
So, yeah, he's the best one to go to. He literally does a review that night, a live stream.
Oh,
and you can ask him questions.
Yeah, he does reviews similar way that you would do at LB. That after he's watched the episode, he'll get online and he'll do a live review.
Oh, so
I'm not watching
he likes
those
to
shows.
look at it from the lore and logic side of it. Like he knows what's happened previously in pretty much all of the iterations of Star Trek, so he knows what should be able to happen going forward, even though they do some weird shit now.
So nerdrotic is the white LB.
With glasses.
Yeah, that works.
He does have glasses. He does have glasses.
I like your new setup, LB.
All right, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Looks cool.
Yeah, you know, shout out to Miss for shouting me out. Appreciate it.
I'm loving the love. Hey, Miss, you're here just in time because the theme tonight seems to be women-led things
Sexism.
fucking everything up. So I'm going to be talking about the early reviews of Birds of Prey. We're all going to go and experience this together. The media is loving this.
I might go see it because somebody
Oh,
said
that's not good. If the media loves it, that's not good.
Somebody told me I need to go see it and review it. So
I'm going to go see it.
I think I might do it. But
I had hope. I had hope for Birds of Prey.
Disclaimer for these reviews. Half of the people who've seen it got flown to London to watch the movie. So
okay,
there you go.
Why the hell did they release it there?
I don't know, but
I mean,
if you got flown to London, to go see a movie, are you going to say the movie's trash?
Isn't London like
do I want
town? Like,
hey, I'm from London, okay?
Oh, you poor thing.
So are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for the Birds of Prey reaction, the colorful spectacle of action-packed movie Harley Quinn Deserves?
No.
I shit you not, that's the title on Shill and Tomato here. Because you know Shill and Tomato had to be the first to have all the top critics, and this is coming from like the Post and then the Washington Reporter and all those other shill sites.
So is that like, if they're top critics, does that mean they're only half of the gay critics? They got no bottom critics?
The bottom critics are the YouTubers.
So listen to this starting for this fucking article. DC is on a roll with another critical hit. If the first reactions of Birds of Prey on social media are an indication, the comic book movie premiered Wednesday and squashed any concerns that the all-women anti-hero team-up could be disappointing as Suicide Squad. Margot Robbie stood
gonna need
out
some totally legal drugs for this.
stood out in the DC entry of Harley Quinn and now gets to wow audiences again, this time in a better adaptation, one that will reportedly have fans begging for more. Here's what the critics are saying about Birds of Prey. First question. There's a list of questions here, and this shit gets funnier as you read it.
Wait, it says here's what the critics are saying, and then it says, here's a question?
Yes. That's how this is structured. So fucking. Oh my
Did
god.
your eyes bleed?
They did because and I blame you, PB. I blame you because I fucking proofread this thing, so I didn't have another toboggle like I did with the first article. So I actually fucking proofread this, and I said, why the fuck did I do this? Why didn't I do this off the cuff? Because this is the most nauseating shit I've ever read in my life. But here's the first question. So how is it? And from Thomas, he says, Birds of Prey is fucking spectacular and huge. 5 stars for me. Courtney Howard says,
5 out
Birds
of 10.
of Prey. Birds of Prey is an absolute blast. An undeniably fun live wire jolt of adrenaline, delightful, devilish, and deliriously wicked.
So Static Shock is in the movie? I didn't know that.
This irrelevant, rule-breaking riot delivers a high-contact vault. And someone from the Tribune says, absolutely blown away. They didn't even have a good sentence, just blown away. That's it. Bam. Done.
Right,
Scott Mendelson, Scotty Boy Mendelson from Forbes says, yeah, here we go. Scotty says, it's bonkers, bananas, crime, comedy, and a genuine party movie.
Whoa. Hold on. The question was, is it good? Motherfucker couldn't even answer the question. Nothing in that tells me whether it's good or bad.
Seems like he liked it.
Can you send me the link to whatever?
Oh, absolutely. Hold on, I gotta switch back because I gotta go back to my thing. But you all chat about those reviews so far. Tell me what
Okay, well, I have a question though. Why are people? Were people upset because the message is supposed to be about misogynistic men, and that's the whole point of the movie? Is that why people are upset, or is it that because it just doesn't look appealing?
Misogynistic men is redundant proper.
Well, whatever.
No. We'll get to that because there's an article with Ewan McGregor who talks about how he's glad to be a part of the first feminist film. So
is that why people don't like it? Why is it? Is it because the trailer looks bad? What is it?
Well,
because
here,
there
I'll
are
put it
women
to
in
you
the
this.
movie.
No.
Seriously.
Straight up. All right, just think about that. Most men, I'm gonna say most men. I'd say all men have no problem with looking at women. But when it comes to movies, apparently all men have problems with looking at women. Gotta love that media, right?
No, it's the intent. It's the intent. They're gonna attack that. They're gonna attack the intent of watching it. You're not watching it because you want to see women empowered. You're watching it because they're women. You think they're pretty. So you're an asshole anyway when you went to go to see it.
I mean,
oh my goodness.
50-50 if we're talking about Underworld.
Those women.
I went to go see her in leather. I also went to go see her kill a bunch of fucking vampires.
Yeah, what's the problem with that? Nothing.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know.
As long as they get the money, right? Why
right, that's all they care about.
Women are fucking lying to themselves if they look at those women and don't want to be them. They're fucking lying. Okay? If they look at Ripley and they're like, if they were like, I wish I could be her and fat at the same time. I wish I could be 600 pounds and fight aliens.
Body positive Ripley.
You are lying to yourself.
She would have been the first to go.
It is the same thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Conan. I wish I looked like that and could kick ass like that as well. It's not. I wish I was still my flabby self. I could go be that cool.
Hey man, I like cheese.
No, women are fucking
for
lying.
some reason I can't. What the fuck is going?
And the thing is that this issue, I'm trying to think, the delusion that they have, they're trying to force it onto men that women are beautiful when they're 600 or 300 pounds and have gangly teeth and are very low educated.
Oh, that's right. We're all supposed to be attracted to Lizzo.
Yep.
I was just about to say that.
I beat you to it, cousin.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, PB, can you send Miss this link in our bridge crew? Because for some reason it's not letting me share the link.
Oh.
All right, guys. I'm getting tired.
Aw.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
Justin, I'll see you.
See ya.
Good night.
Good night. Have a good time, everyone. And I really hope this movie doesn't
Oh, we will.
suck. I really hope it doesn't suck, but it might.
It's going to.
It didn't. But to be honest, it doesn't seem like a movie that I just would just run to the theater to go see. I mean, you would think that this would have been advertised at the Joker screenings, but nope, never saw a trailer for it. And I thought it was ridiculous. This is a DC film, right? That's going to come out in a few months, right?
Zod, you are really, really proud of this thumbnail. I'm sorry, I'm just...
Yes, I am. some
there and there.
So it doesn't even seem like DC has faith in this movie, and maybe I don't either. I don't know. Who cares? It might be good, but I'm gonna keep an open mind. But misogynist crap, gotta stop.
A movie to see, girl.
Doesn't work. All right, bye.
Bye, Justin.
Bye.
Oh,
Okay,
Jesus
so while
Christ, I feel terrible. Fucking LB was trying to contact me to send him a link. God damn it.
It's all right.
So while PB, you're doing that, I'm going to continue with this great reviewing that we have. So here's some more top critics, and when I read who these people work for, you're going to fucking laugh. So more questions for top critics, and I'm doing air quotes. So it's one of the better DC movies, and Michael from GameSpot says, I'm happy to report that it's my favorite modern DC movie yet, because I haven't seen the Joker. I ad-libbed that. Like Shazam, it carves its own path with a totally unique artistic action and tone.
Unique is a scary word.
And Terry from ING says, this looks and feels so different than any other superhero movie I've seen.
Oh,
Right.
And I feel
bad words.
Let me just, put this into perspective. Do y'all remember the reactions to BVS when it came out?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not when it came out, but when they did the screenings, yeah. Y'all remember the reactions to Captain Marvel?
Yep. Oh my God. So here's a good one. We got one. What about the rest of the cast? Okay. What do they think about the chemistry? Let's see their answers for what they think about the cast. And Dorian says the chemistry amongst the cast was great. Courtney says it's perfection. Yolanda,
why are they overselling it?
Yolanda from The Wrap says it's truly an ensemble with every woman bringing it.
Oh fuck!
It's the reviews where they're overselling it. They did the same thing with The Last Jedi when people were coming out and saying it's better than Empire. Like, the overselling concerns me. I'm not saying it means it's bad. It's just not. That's a red flag.
Yeah.
It's not a good sign.
And of course, the only opinion here that matters, Scotty Mendelson says, everyone is having a blast. But Mary Elizabeth Winstead plays Huntress like a supporting character from The Tick. It rocks. Really, Scotty? The Tick? You're going to fucking compare her being a sidekick to a actually funny sidekick in The Tick who had relevance to the story? That's what you're going with, Scotty? Way to cross.
Wait, the Tick is a sidekick?
No, he's talking about The Tick's sidekick.
Oh.
From the new show on Prime. He was fucking hilarious.
I didn't watch it yet.
I mean, this is the same guy that said The Last Jedi was the Dark Knight of Star Wars.
Holy shit.
I'm going to pretend I didn't
That's
hear
a
that.
quote?
Yeah.
That's a quote from
real
Scotty
thing?
Mendelson.
Somebody type that?
Yeah.
Like when you type something, that means that you thought it up, send it out your fingers, and then you read it back and was like, you know what? Let's go with that.
There's a positivity. Tremaine Terrence tends to have a very wonderful sense of positivity about everything that goes on within sort of entertainment-wise things. And he's like, I'm going to see it for myself. And I'm definitely behind that. Go see it for yourself. Don't take these guys' reviews for it. You know, just because they
says that about everything.
Doesn't mean that it's going to be bad. It just means they suck their own dicks.
I've read that same message from Terrence at least 150 times.
We're very.
I'm gonna see it for myself, though.
You've been going for an hour and a half.
As soon as he does, he'll be like, "Yep, that was trash. That was trash."
Well, Tremaine Terrence, shut up.
Yeah, I'm most likely gonna go see it. And I'll do my live stream spoiler review when I'm finished seeing it.
So let me.
Miss, you can just call him Terrence. Tremaine is his brother, and I'm almost 100% positive it's not his brother.
Okay.
And I'm 100% positive that he killed his brother.
Jesus.
Neat.
Haven't seen him in any videos lately.
Haven't seen him since we started talking to him.
Ah.
Okay, so I just want to highlight a couple questions. Here's a big one that I had with this, and the critics, the great critics that we're reading here, does it earn its R rating? Sean O'Connelly from Cinema Blend says it's so R rated. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for giving me no fucking specifics. Love you. Jesus Christ.
There's always room for improvement with movies. Always room for improvement. So people coming out and saying it's perfection, it's fantastic, it's amazing, there's nothing wrong with this film. There's not one thing wrong with this film is not a good thing.
Yeah, you know, here's the thing. I can deal with the changes. I can deal with McGregor being the antagonist. I liked the lines he delivered. I kind of like.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean you can deal with it? Is he not supposed to be an antagonist?
No, I mean I can get behind that casting. The lines that I've
heard
a black
from
guy,
the trailer. Like, is this not true to the comics or what?
No, I'm saying it's not at all true to Black Mask in the comic. Not at all.
Is it true that he's, they made him?
Yeah, he's so. I saw the new trailer.
So he is in this movie.
Yeah, he's in this movie, and he's very obviously gay. Like he does the whole hand thing, and he's like, there's a scene where he's got Harley Quinn tied up to a chair, and he's like, I'm gonna have my man here cut you, and I'm gonna watch because I enjoy watching torture. And then he sits down with a fucking thing of popcorn. Starts watching it, man, like playing with this knife by her face. And part of me really enjoys this scene because he looks like he's visibly having fun. And then part of me is like, what the fuck is happening right now? Because this is just so weird. I've got to see it in the context of the film, but just watching that clip, I'm like, I have no clue what's going on right now. Like, Zaz is apparently his lover. If anyone knows who Zaz is, that's like, he's a murderer and a psychopath and had nothing really to do with anyone. He had a lot of run-ins with Batman, and his thing was cutting up women and then giving like Batman like. So
a straight white woman is trying to take out a gay guy. Sounds like a hate crime to me.
Like, yes, Terrence, I know you caught some elements of Black Mass, but I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of things.
No. You skipped the Terrence comment. LB, I have to reassure you. Terrence said, my brother is very much alive. I would never harm my brother. However, if any human tries to harm my brother, hell will seem like a picnic compared compared to what would happen to said human.
All right. So with that
Karen's
said,
not human.
no, he's not. with that said, you know, this guy says this, and he's also the one that beat up his mom. I'm just saying, bro.
What the hell's What happened while I've been away?
Oh, this didn't
So
happen.
much. YouTube has changed forever, miss.
Oh man.
Terrence was like, "I will not shut up," and I'm like, "Okay, you do."
But oh my God, swinging back to the topic here. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I know you're gonna be shocked. I'm a DC shill. I'm always pulling for them. Go check out DC Universe. They got a free month. Enter the promo code Zod, and you'll get a discount.
Shitting on Marvel, you dick.
Fuck that formulaic bullshit. Anyways, but I have to say, like, this is a very odd move. This movie is very oddly placed. You're gonna come from a movie that's getting 11 Oscar nominations to Birds of Prey. I don't understand the way that they place these movies, because this movie is going to get a crowd because Joker did so well. People are like a little bit hyped now.
Whoa. It has nothing to do with Joker, and they're not even selling it like it has anything to do with Joker.
No,
they're not
I'm
even giving
saying
a little
it has
hint
to
like it
do
is, and then
with
being like,
DC.
well, hold on.
People judge DC. It's like Marvel. When people see the Marvel label, in their minds, they go, "Oh, a Marvel film. I'm going to go and see that with my family."
But you can't say
DC
that.
has a stigma.
That would be like comparing Sony films to MCU films. Going like, oh, well, nobody's going to want to go and see what came out after Dark Phoenix.
But what does Sony always use? Sony uses Marvel. Look at when Into the Spider-Verse came out. The Marvel logo still came out. And I'm saying it's all about the
each other. They're not using that movie to plug the next movie. That's the difference. They're not even hinting towards it, so they can be like, oh, well, if you really liked Joker, come see this movie.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm
saying the
Joker.
DC logo was connected to the Joker. The Joker was well received.
You're talking about casual moviegoers, not DC fans.
Exactly. The average moviegoer now has that DC label, like, oh, the Joker was pretty good. I liked it. Went to see it a couple of times, and it was made by DC. They got a new movie out.
How far
it's rated
back
R.
does the average moviegoer remember?
They remember a lot. I work with people in the theater.
So then why didn't that work for what came out after Wonder Woman?
Shazam.
Justice League?
Or no, Aquaman.
Shazam?
No, Wonder Woman and then Aquaman.
Okay, Aquaman made $1 billion and then Shazam made 400 million. How come that didn't work? It had the DC logo.
Because Shazam was placed in a poor position. It was running against 3 other Watchmen movies that pulled their attention.
No, we're talking about the fact that the DC logo to the average moviegoer now has this nice glow to it, this welcoming glow, as if you were a fly and it was going to try and fucking murder you. You're like, basically, yes, I would love to buzz over there because it's a DC product, because I saw Aquaman and it made just as much money as a fucking Joker. But then they didn't go and see Shazam. And they're doing the exact same thing here. They did a good movie, now they're going to do a shit movie, and then guess what happens after that? They're probably going to do another great movie because it's going to be Wonder Woman.
Yeah, these movies are not related at all. I mean, even the dumbest person can see that these movies aren't related to each other in the slightest.
Right, but he's saying they're related in the sense that they have the DC logo on them. So when somebody just walking through the movie theater can see the big poster there and they see the DC logo on it, they're like, oh, I saw the Joker movie, that had the DC logo, so maybe I should see this one.
Yeah, no.
If it didn't work for Shazam, why would it work for this one?
DC has always been a universe that's had different styles depending on the director and writer that's taking care of the world.
Very much so.
So they're different universes, definitely. So like to use Joker or to say that that and Joker are related is only a very dumb person, I'm sorry, would come to that conclusion.
I mean, I would have thought that they would have done that in some respect. Put one little Easter egg in one of the trailers just to make you think maybe, just maybe, it's connected in some fashion, because then 1% of people are going to show up and it doesn't cost you anything. Like, what does it hurt to try and get more money with every kind of marketing strategy? And they're not using all of them from the way that I'm looking at it. Like, they're only using the DC logo. I haven't seen anything that shows that this movie is connected to anything else.
Honestly, I don't know why they're making this movie.
Neither
I share that opinion with you, Miss. I think they should have kept Harley Quinn in the Suicide Squad and did the Birds of Prey, and like took a risk and did the Birds of Prey as the Birds of Prey and not the Birds of Diversity, because what the fuck happened with Huntress? I mean, that was a total swap. I mean, there's a lot of, and this is the issue that DC is always going to have, is inconsistencies because of the radical director, the radical change that each director makes. Like, it's completely night and day between their movies, like night and day. If you watch every single movie like I have, there is no consistency in the style, the storytelling, how things go, like the action, the fucking cinematography, the CGI, nothing. It's all different every movie. Every movie is always different. And I think that's another problem too, because when you look at Marvel, even though I say it's very formulaic, you still see how each one has its own style that translates in each movie, but the style is always consistently the same. The way they do things is pretty much the same. You can pretty much identify what a Marvel movie is. If you like watch Suicide Squad and then you like watch Wonder Woman, there's a complete difference in how those movies are done.
Yeah.
And I think that's another problem. And marketing, like PB pointed out, marketing is fucking atrocious. Like, Marvel knows how to market. Captain Marvel. That was brilliant marketing. DC does not know how to market whatsoever. Anything. Like, I don't know who they have as marketers, but they need to fire them all and start again.
Let me pose this question. So, do we agree that DC is on the upswing?
No, it's not.
Not in. You don't think they're on the upswing since Justice League?
They did a billion. I mean, Wonder Woman, the first one was very high. I don't know the exact number, but that was pretty high.
I don't feel the upswing. I don't feel excited about anything coming after Joker. Really, maybe the Batman.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
But
Is it possible that they are reading the tea leaves of what is to come and are just pushing this movie out there to get it out of the way and be like, yeah, here's a movie that, you know, is probably woke and it ain't going to work, but we already fucking made it, so we're just going to throw it out there and it's going to fucking fail, so we don't really give a shit and we're going to move on to Wonder Woman after that, so don't worry about this movie.
It's not impressive. No, they shouldn't do that. They should just not have put the movie out at all. It's a very idiotic waste of money, waste of time, and lazy.
I don't know, to prove a person's point that, hey, this woke material does not work.
It's not even, I feel like they could get their idiotic woke stuff across if they weren't so stupid about it. I mean, the woke stuff goes hand in hand with this unintelligent dialogue and building of stories and structuring of characters. It's weak, all of it. Like they focus so much on being woke that they don't put any effort into creating the story, and that really, really hurts them. And if they at least you can be woke and have a decent story. You know what that's called? It's called fucking Star Trek. The original Star Trek, all those old movies with women in those roles show women being strong.
Oh, you're saying the original definition of woke, not the current definition.
The current definition is just moronic. It's just being moronic. It's having those women being strong, but instead of making it so that she's strong in a place where it's difficult to be strong, they put all these really easy obstacles and really stupid people around her to make her look strong. And that's because they don't have the ability or the intelligence to create a story or a character that can be strong in a difficult situation. And it's ridiculous. That's what we're seeing now. We're not seeing wokeness destroying films. We're seeing moronic people destroying film.
Yeah, it's you know, when I watch Picard, okay, and and I said this in the beginning of my review. You can check it out. It's in my playlist under TV show reviews. When I was talking about this, what bothers me most about this show is, honestly, there's not really much in the way of agendas unless you really look for it. It's more of, it's very simplistic, childish writing. And I think that's the problem. The story doesn't support anything. It's like kindergarten writing. It's like you give a kid a crayon and tell them to write a story, and this is what they produce. It's structuring a weak story.
A child could come up with a more decent story. It's the other issue is the complete just lack of interest in looking into the lore of Star Trek. Star Trek, it probably has 16 Bibles on the entire lore of it. There's so much of Star Trek that if you have a question, I bet there's an answer about it. Even scientifically, you can't not have something to figure out to make a story with, and they ignore so much in this Picard stuff that I've heard about. Like, they swear, and there's an episode, like, they back this up with scenes. There's an episode, I believe, either in the Next Generation or Kirk's, the original series one, where they say we don't use profanity anymore. We stopped using profanity 200 years ago, and they say stuff like that. They just back up everything, and they have media, they have TV back in this world when they haven't had TV also in 200 years, apparently. The same amount of time coming from the show. All this different bits of information from the shows that they're not using, which clearly just says that they haven't either watched the show or don't care.
Well,
is just
it's not even that they're not using it. From what I know of STD, mm-hmm. and why I watched the first episode of Picard. I don't know if I'm going to watch any of the rest of it. They actively change dates of when things happened. They're like, this is when this treaty is signed, and they're like, no, we need this to happen in our story at this date. And they're like, well, it didn't. Don't worry about it. This is a new universe. They're like, but you said it wasn't. Yeah. No, it is. It isn't before, so that I would watch. Yeah, but now we're saying that it is, so that it works as a story. Well, you suck at writing. Because like you said, with that 16 Bibles, holy shit, it should be easy to make a story, not difficult. It's like you pick a character or two. How do you want them to interact? And then pick a piece of lore, boom, make a story.
Yeah. I can't explain it. I can't explain why they're making these decisions. Being someone who enjoys stories, who writes. I write stories. I like writing. you're taking something, even fan fiction itself, when you're taking a world that you care about so much, or at least claim to care about, and you want to add to it, you want to create a story around all of those different things, and if you actually cared, you would know every single piece of information about that world so that you could make the perfect story and you could do it justice. That's not what this is. They don't care. They don't care about this world. And that's what bothers me the most, is they're shitting on Star Trek fans because they can.
I mean, and I'm coming from an outsider perspective. I've never been, say, a Trekkie per se, but I've followed enough. Like, I watched Deep Space Nine, I've watched Voyager, I've watched the one with what's his face in it. I forgot the latest one before they did STD.
No, yeah, you're right. You're not a Trekkie. I watched the one with what's his face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the one from Quantum Leap. That guy.
Scott Bakula's one?
Yes. I was very unimpressed with that. That's kind of where I dropped off. And then I watched 3 episodes of STD, and oh my god, I couldn't fucking get through that.
Well, Scott Bakula's one takes place before
Enterprise.
Enterprise.
Yeah, there we go.
It was a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I watched a few episodes. It wasn't really grabbing me, but I watched the old ones, and I watched Next Generation, and I know enough about Next Generation to know, like, holy shit, just 2 episodes of Picard for me, as a casual viewer, knowing just enough to follow the story that's supposed to be established. I'm like, wow, 2 episodes, they fucking backtracked on movies and shows that did the shit before. It's like, even if I don't have the knowledge of a hardcore fan, I know enough to know that some of the stuff you're talking about doesn't work within the confines of an established story. And I think this is the problem when you're taking stuff that's already established and you're building upon that world.
Well, it's funny. I'm sorry.
You can't just twist and literally change dates, as PB said, just to make it fit with your story. The story is supposed to work around that. You're not supposed to change the designated times and dates of stuff that's done to make it fit with your story. That's not how you're supposed to write, or at least that's what I thought, but I guess I'm not a writer.
They're lazy, and they don't care about this. They don't care about it at all. They're just doing it for money, but they're not going to get money out of this. I don't know why they think just like throwing some duct tape and fucking wood together and building a shitty fucking house will make people want to go live in it because it has Picard in it. Patrick Stewart's in there. There's no roof, but don't you like Patrick Stewart?
Well, just so everyone knows, apparently, when I went to send you that link on Twitter, did that link work, miss?
Justin sent me one.
Oh, okay.
Justin beat you to it.
When I
LB
doesn't matter. When I looked on Twitter, it said that the first episode of Picard currently is free.
Of course it is.
LB, let me just ask you, because you're pretty good from also having the outside perspective. Would you agree that the problem it doesn't necessarily always have to do with politics, but with flimsy writing? Like when you just are casually sitting down, watching a show, and you just notice that even story structure wise, it doesn't make any sense. It's the way that they're building it.
Yeah, it's the writing, man. Like, here's an example. I don't know if y'all saw that Saturday Night Live White Rage skit, right? White Man Rage skit. Like, you could write that skit and talk about those movies without mentioning white men, make it funny, but they chose to go that route. You can talk about politics.
Right.
You can talk about politics, race, and all that stuff, but make it good writing. But the problem is, these people writing this stuff, they keep thinking with their own personal agenda and not thinking, okay, what is something that everybody would enjoy? Like, if you're going to talk about this extra left stuff, then you need to counter it with people that don't agree with that. Like everybody don't think the same. But yeah, man, even with the story structures and stuff, man, it's just too much stuff is just basic. It's like they think everyone is extra dumb and like people can't understand a complex story or TV show.
I'm starting to wonder if it's that they think we're dumb or if they're just really dumb.
I mean, it's obvious in their writing that they're not too bright.
Like,
there used to be such an intelligence to the way that people spoke to each other in the original, in the Star Trek or in the original Star Wars. There's just, and that's gone now.
Not want to use real sentence.
Yeah, I'm not very smart. Okay, I won't come out. I'm not the smartest person ever. I graduated high school, managed to. I'm not intelligent. My vocabulary is less. I forgot words constantly. But I'm smart enough to know when I'm being talked down to by a movie.
Right?
Yeah.
He's gonna use laser sword to chop off that guy. Like, it's not. I'm not ridiculously stupid, okay?
It's too much stopping the movies to preach. I mean,
Right. What I want is the characters to interact with each other, and I essentially glean what is happening in the story instead of them telling me what's happening. Like, hey, now we have to go there and we need to find this thing so that we can open this thing. Be like, oh, okay, thanks for letting me know.
It's like,
now to level 2.
I mean, watching the original, like, watching Firefly and the subtlety of the characters, like a look. Like, they just, Zoe and Mal look at each other.
Anything with Nathan Fillion, so.
Basically anything with Nathan Fillion. But there's like, there were scenes where they would just look at each other. And there would be a conversation there, even in silence, that you could see happening. Where she would nod and she would know. Like, it would just be so intelligent.
Yeah, I mean, I say this all the time, and it's like one of the basic things in screenwriting. Show, don't tell.
Yeah.
Like, you stop telling us every single thing that's going to be happening. It's like, for example.
I'm sorry. No, I was going to say, because you just made that point, and I wanted to highlight a perfect example of that. That movie, The Gentleman. The dialogue, like, the movie jumps around a lot and is stitched together like really weirdly, but it's just so great in the conversations. They say enough but not too much, and you can put it all together. By the end of the film, even though they tell the story essentially from the end back to the beginning and then finish it, you still by the end of the film are able to track what's happened. But then again, I had some movie people come out and go, that was fucking stupid. I don't understand what just happened. And then that makes me question, well, are we getting stupider because so many stupid movies are being put out?
Stupider's not a word.
It is in northern Wisconsin.
Yeah. I had sort of the same weird thing happen to me. This happened several times where I wonder if I've become too critical of movies. Because, you know the movie, what was that stupid fucking movie? I can't remember. It was the one that, about those people who had doubles and they were trying to kill them.
Us?
Oh, Us.
Us.
I love that movie. I did a whole stream on it.
I know, I watched your entire 2-hour fucking review. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry to bring it up again, PB, but when I watched that movie and I walked out of that theater, I'm going to spoil this. It's been long enough for people to see and know how this fucking movie ends. So if you want to know, leave. But leave. Okay. The twist is in the very beginning of this film, and I got it immediately. Me and my dad both understood. Oh, they switched places. We just got it, and then we enjoyed the experience. The experience of the movie wasn't horrible, but it was the whole reason I came there was to see this huge twist that apparently was going to happen. And everyone was like, people are going to see it twice because of this twist. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, they actually had like a cool twist. I want to see this. We went to see it. And at the end of the movie, me and my dad were leaving and we're like, that was the twist. What the fuck?
When was the twist?
Mad. And the point I'm trying to make is I'm wondering if it's I don't know if I've become too critical of movies or if people are just so stupid that kind of a thing just is lost to them.
No, well, do older movies that you've already seen with their twists still hold up as good movies?
The original trilogy, yes.
The Crying
That's what
Game.
I'm saying. Oh my God.
If anyone's ever okay, and for all of you people who didn't grow up in the 90s, if you ever want to be fucked for the rest of your life, watch The Crying Game. You will never look at the world the same again. Just
even
watch that and you're welcome.
Even the Unusual Suspects. I knew the twist to the Unusual Suspects before I watched it, and I still love that movie.
Exactly.
Spoiled for me.
All right, friends, I must depart. I have some business to attend to.
Sorry, LB. I think I talked over you quite a bit. I'm sorry.
No, but I must depart.
Well, it was wonderful having you here, LB. It's always nice to talk to my cousin.
Absolutely. I just heard y'all talking about Arrow. I was like, nah, bro, I got to be included in this foolishness.
I wish I would have seen your message earlier. Son of a bitch.
Hey, sometimes in life, right, Terrence?
Yep, sometimes in life.
And definitely go check out LB's channel. He's got the most sensible takes on things, unlike here in the Fandom Zone.
Mm-hmm.
So
sometimes I'm the man that's racist against white people, but black people call me Uncle Tom.
White rappers.
Yeah. Good night, everyone.
Good night, LB.
Good night.
And then there were three.
Seriously,
only the strong survive.
Thumbnail obsession, man. I mean,
oh, this was my finest
so you like
work
this thumbnail?
Yet.
You like this thumbnail?
No, I don't understand why he has it. The thumbnail, and then it's the background, and then it's that little picture in the corner.
Oh, and it's the little picture? No, the little picture in the upper right should be like the picture of the owl with nothing in it.
Yeah.
And it should say Late Night Talks, but you know, you're working with a C-level villain, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get level on top of level on top of level. It's all the same. He's like, I need 3 different colors of beige.
You know me too well. This is why we're like peanut butter and jelly. Oh my god.
So I got two things in the chat real quick. One, Terrence said earlier, you never put your own agenda in entertainment. That's how you get trash material. Hollywood is not dumb. They're just desperate. With desperation comes lazy trash material. And then he said, Zod, did you want to do a 3-hour Birds of Prey stream? I know a lot about all these characters.
Yes.
Good evening. LB already left?
What up,
Jeez.
Purple Man? You have no picture.
I know.
Yeah, he's
It's
the
weird.
last black man who's white.
my
I think
God.
there's self-hating in there.
Oh, what a racist.
So, hey, Tito's Word, what's up? Good to have you. And Trent, P-Fam, TV Arcade Gaming, welcome. Man, I've just been getting, first off, I'm going to get a little emotional here.
Terrence, he laughed a whole bunch.
I just want to say something to all of you guys. Thank you very much. I peaked at 17 viewers, so I appreciate you guys coming along. Miss appreciates having you here because she would have killed my icon by now. So thank you.
That's for sure.
Keeping. Thank you for keeping the only female representation we have on the channel right now happy.
I mean, chocolate.
I know Bitchy's eating chocolate right now. So Bitchy's was on
Hold
the chat.
on. Sorry. Terrence, he laughed at your question when you asked him if he wanted to do a 3-hour Birds of Prey stream. I said it, and he went, ah, ha, 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 I'm a villain.
That was the perfect That was the perfect impression of me. Holy shit. I can't even talk. That was fucking accurate. People ask, why do me and PB work? It's just a great dynamic.
For the love of the game.
Oh,
Back on the channel.
what's that?
When's Bitchy Unicorn coming back on the channel?
Oh,
Ooh, good question.
Good question.
thank you. Miss, you just set up the perfect time for a promo. Me and Bitchy Unicorn will be doing episode 2 of Just Bitchin', where we will talk about Free the Nipples on Amazon Prime. No.
What the fuck?
This,
I meant
yes.
here.
So she'll be back on here to talk about that.
I meant like on.
I
this,
second
the
that.
night talk.
Free the nipples.
Oh,
And
back
then
on
take them
late
to the
night.
freezer section.
Yeah.
Miss, to answer your question, she'll be on here sometime. She just magically pops in. She's a unicorn.
Well, you know.
I don't know.
Raid.
Hang out with her. So.
Yeah, she likes raiding chocolate, and that's what she's doing right now. Because she
Okay.
DM'd me, going, "I'm eating
No.
my fucking chocolate Oreos. Where are you, you fat fuck?"
She's like my favorite person.
Wait, like chocolate with chocolate on the inside? Oreos?
Yes, chocolate on
Like, that's
chocolate
like a
Oreos.
super racist Oreo.
It's chocolate with chocolate. I mean, I know there's a joke somewhere in there, but
No, it's not.
and
jokes
welcome,
from you.
Perp. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. I've
How
been
much
here
of
for
this
5
show
minutes.
did you listen to?
Not enough. I'm like in and out. All I heard
Like
was
you
blah,
fell asleep
blah.
and then woke back up and was like, fuck, man. Who was that?
No, I was like blah blah CW, and then I like came back and was like, hear more CW talk. I was like, oh man, come on. And then now I'm here.
No.
Doofy TV
Apparently-
says, "Is this pre-recorded or?" And I'm gonna assume the rest of that is live. It is pre-recorded. No, we're live.
Yes, we are live to the world and beyond. Like
I
the,
ain't really
the
asked that.
aliens out there receiving messages after they get Hitler in 1939, they'll get this at some point.
Oh my God, the Earth is really fucked. They'll be like, "Wait a second, General Zod's already down there? Did we miss the invasion date?" By the way, I see a bunch of new people, and really quick, if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying this wacky ass conversation that we're having about Birds of Prey that got derailed, hit that subscribe button, and you can hear more great nonsensical
Oh my
talk
God, we were talking
here at a
about
late
birds
night.
of prey. Birds of prey.
I think Miss is sending an SOS or a help me. I think she like went in the camera lens and fogged it up and put help me. So, Perp, do you think that Gretel and Hansel was better, or yes, that's how the title goes. I didn't say it backwards. Or Birds of Prey,
What do you mean?
He can't.
or is
compare
Birds of Prey going to be better?
Obviously, probably Birds of Prey because it's rated R. Just saying.
Like
Yeah,
between those two? That's the
Yeah.
question?
That's not even like a fair comparison.
Oh.
But Gretel and Hansel, I hate saying it that way. I don't know why the fuck they did that. That shit's so annoying. But that's a weird ass movie. Review coming. Procrastination,
Yeah.
bitch. Review's coming.
Yeah. I
Well, you
got
watched
a
it?
review coming on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bet I
doesn't
put
she
my
like
thumb
pull
for you.
hair out of a pie in the trailer?
So somewhat. Not really. It's not like that Family Guy scene. It's not like that. Sort of like that, but not
Oh,
like
okay. Either way, there's humans in the food, and I'm not game for that. I'm not like a Frey. I don't eat my own. That's a Game of Thrones joke.
I wouldn't say they're well, they are human.
Come on,
but
nerds in the chat, laugh. Oh my God, he's on camera.
Jesus Christ.
oh my god, we're gonna lose views now.
Like, that's real close to your face, miss, isn't it?
Take it away.
John Wayne Gacy.
Like, it's times like this that I'm glad I'm on my phone, because then he's just a little tiny 1-inch man, like Rocket said.
You have a raccoon growing on your face.
I just want to highlight for a
on my face. I
second.
have
Let
a
me press
glorious
this. Oh
red
my
beard.
God! Look at that glorious beard. Welcome everybody. For all the new people who said, "Is this radio?" This is the Fandom Zone car. Welcome. I am broadcasting from the Fandom Mobile. Name still pending. Chair.
You got a fucking magnet for that? Fandom Mobile.
Name still pending. And I just got a new sub. Thank you for joining this crazy fun.
Oh shit. He's all the way up to 377?
Yep. I'm slowly making the climb.
Oh, I clicked on the wrong name.
Chat.
Times are changing. It is World War III.
Right now? 379.
It's the Twilight Zone.
So yeah, the gray definitely makes me distinguished, I guess. Who was it? Was it Ords? He said my beard looked distinguished. I said no, my beard makes me look fucking old.
Speaking of looking old, doesn't Margot Robbie kind of look older than she, like her age? She kind of looks like she's almost.
Yeah, she looks like a fucking clown.
Yeah. It's so funny because Miss has what looks like a very comfortable chair, and I just want to give some background. Our poor Miss used to be in a closet, and like now she moved to a luxurious suite. She's got like what looks like to be maybe a leather kind of chair. Looks very comfortable. It's definitely not like the leather interior of my car.
There's so much to talk about. They have to describe my chair.
What's up, Thomas?
Really, nothing else to talk about, is there?
What? No, there's plenty to talk about because we've got a
damn chair.
Chair stream.
Is that ghost talking?
I'm in a car
Bianca
because
fights. Yeah. Answer the question, villain.
I'm in a car because
He doesn't want to get unicorn hold while on the stream in the house.
Yes, because the unicorn would want me to shut the fuck up, and I'm using actual words and go to sleep because she has to work. So. Yeah, that's why you see Zod in the Fandom.
It's not a car, it's just a sound booth with a green screen.
Yeah, God,
in a car?
Yeah, you can't fake this sexiness right here. Look at that. Oh,
like he's just got a high quality green screen behind him. I mean, I don't know why he's got a mobile camera and it's not mounted in there. But whatever.
I like getting those action shots like JJ.
Son of a bitch.
Later I'm gonna.
I don't believe you. I didn't see a lens flare.
Yep. Later I'm gonna add lens flares. Lens flares to everything.
You gotta put a lens flare in at the 2-hour 8-minute mark.
So yeah, I mean we've hit the 2-hour mark here.
TV wants to know what's y'all channel about. It's about stuff.
Mine's is about the black man.
Miss is about pure rage at Doctor Who and the direction that it's gone in.
What are you talking about? The first video on her channel is about The Last Jedi, and it's glorious.
Damn video.
You got rid of it?
I'm going to get rid of it.
Oh,
So go
never
over
get
to
rid
the
of
channel
it.
quickly and go
Be
watch it
proud.
because it's glorious.
Wait, no, it's horrible.
Don't be Jeremy. Be proud.
I rewatched it the other day. It was terrible. I can't believe I got anyone to watch that video.
Who cares?
Watch it. Horrible.
I
I
care
watched it
nothing.
twice.
Miss, my reviews were in the car outside the theater, and they're still up. I'm proud of them.
It's not how it sounded or the quality of it. It's what I said.
Yeah, it
be
was
proud.
great. I was laughing. It was glorious review. It was like Miss Unplugged.
You know what I
Like,
like?
it's how you felt at the moment, man. You cannot deny your feelings.
I like going back on Todd's channel and looking at his videos, not watching them, just looking at them and
Just,
counting.
just being like, yep, that's when he had people making his thumbnails for him, and that's when they weren't.
I count the spelling mistakes in the titles of his
Oh
videos.
my god.
Oh damn!
Whoa, whoa,
He did
Hold
that.
Hold on. Kryptonians do not misspell. I just do not fully grasp your Earth language.
How dare you say that? I'm going on your channel now. Zod's top
That's
10
funny.
Star Wars movies.
What's that look for? What was that? Did you think I put Last Jedi as number 1? Well, you're gonna have to watch it.
Well, the only
It's at least number 4 or 3.
I don't think Star Wars is one word. And it's also
What?
be capitalized.
Star Wars is 2 words.
Yeah, he has it as one word in the thumbnail and the title.
Fucking Christ.
Yes, it's glorious.
You did. Oh my! What is wrong
It's
with
one word in candor.
you? Why do you label? Learn to label things, dude. Jesus.
What do you mean label? Why label things when you can suck?
I mean, you know why? I figured it out. Do you know why you and Bitchy get along so well? Because she was just yelling at me the other night about this. Very same subject. I rechanged that thumbnail for just bitching like 16 times. I shit you not. She's like, "Oh my god, the words aren't together. The Y doesn't go there."
Everybody, Mrs. TLJ video is linked in the chat. Go add it to your watch later list, or open it up in another tab, or watch it right now and then come back. We'll still be streaming in 7 minutes. I don't think it's longer than that.
6 or 7 months ago, you would put movie review and then the title of the movie, and you would spell everything correctly and capitalize everything correctly, and then
6 or 7 months ago?
that was 6.
You mean when he wasn't doing it?
That was six months ago. This is 1 month ago. His movie review of Black Christmas. It just the title of the thing is just Black Christmas.
Don't you understand? What are you not understanding about? There's a time period there when Mad Squirrel was doing everything for him, and he was just like, "I'm a voice. I'm an on-camera personality. I don't take care of these keyboard things."
So
Thumbnail? What's a thumbnail?
Look at all
That's
of
what's on my finger, isn't it?
these actually pretty decent thumbnails, and then a month ago you just died.
I know. It was very sad.
Like this one's just a picture of a dragon. It says nothing.
A dragon?
Like you stopped.
I mean,
stopped
when
putting-
you say it like that, it doesn't really sound too terrible. Like, a dragon doesn't sound bad
Sorry,
to me.
hold on. Sorry.
You're welcome for the Joker thumbnail. That was my best work. Look at it.
Joker thumbnail? What Joker thumbnail? What?
The one,
Where now?
The one that Zod has. For
How
sure.
old is this Joker thumbnail?
I don't know.
I don't
Son
know.
of a bitch, that don't help me.
Trail.
Like, it's the movie review?
Yes.
Oh, so then I should just be able to go to the playlist, find movie reviews, click on that, and then they'll all be put together, and I'll be able to see where it says Joker.
I just see Joker Talk. That's the only one I see.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Joker movie review.
Where is it?
He got a
You
pre-screening way ahead of time, so it's like a couple months ago. Like, you got to go back a ways.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Because I'm awesome like that.
Like, he got lucky, and he's like, oh, I can't tell you guys that it's a 9.5.
My channel.
Yeah. Man, I had to keep my mouth shut. It was so hard because then people would be like,
Pause.
"Oh, I heard this was in the movie," and I'm like, "Arr!"
He's like, yeah, I saw the movie. That's all. If I say
If I were
any
you,
more,
I
I'm
would've-
going to give it all away.
If I were you, I would have just spoiled the whole movie.
Oh,
fuck it.
oh, Terrence says, good night, everyone. Hashtag Zod is a fucking idiot.
I started a
Terrence power
trend.
down.
I started a trend.
Bitchy Unicorn says, I second that.
Bitchy Unicorn, you're awesome. You're freaking awesome. I'm her like.
There, now you use... Now, see, Mrs. going big time. Now you can use that on your channel for your intro. Her saying that Bitchy Unicorn is awesome.
Oh yeah.
She is fantastic. Why doesn't she start her own channel? Seriously.
I don't know. She could do drawing stuff.
Yeah, she could,
She
absolutely.
drew, what did she draw for me? It was a, half human, half unicorn, some chick. I don't remember exactly what it was. And I was like, yeah, the drawing is good, but I like them thick. And this one was thin. And she's like, oh, I can fix that. And then she redid it. And I was like, oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
But yeah, I've had a good time. We've laughed, we've cried, we've talked about nonsensical stuff.
Who cried?
Did we talk
Miss
about
has
everything in your
their-
description?
Yes.
You're a fucking liar.
What did you say?
God damn. Why do you do that to me? Like, I ask you simple, like, hey, here's a softball. I'll give you the world's biggest fucking bet, and you can knock it out of the fucking park. Did we talk about everything in the description? No, we didn't. We actually have this one other topic that we could finish on, and this motherfucker says yes to me?
Well, yeah, PB, I had to say yes because it's funny to annoy you, and not so much funny if I go into the Nintendo Switch and how it made a milestone and outsold
There's two
the
fucking
NES.
things we haven't talked about. We didn't talk about the fucking Epix King Arthur thing either.
The Switch
I don't
is
care
for
about the
people
Epix
that
thing.
got
I do
baby
care about
fingers.
Nintendo, though.
What was that
I
part?
mean,
I said the Switch is for people that have baby hands.
I don't like the Switch
that's
either.
funny.
No
What have
Oh,
you got against the
God.
Switch, man?
console.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, what do you think? What does everyone think about the Switch getting these big accolades?
What do you
Have a
mean,
good
big
night, Terrence.
accolades? It's a big accolade to be better than the Super Nintendo? Like,
Yeah,
there's more
apparently that's
people
a
in the
fucking
world.
milestone
How many
for the
people
company.
were in the world back then? Like, this isn't a per capita number. Like, it just says it has sold more overall consoles. Do you have any idea? And I don't know if they're counting the Switch Lights as Switches, because if
Yeah,
they
they
are, I think, $50 cheaper, which is, I don't know the percentage, but it's substantial for a Switch, because they're not that expensive for a console. Got to put air quotes on that shit.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Nowadays,
So if
fucking
they're
handhelds
counting
are
all of
consoles.
it, right? So it's technically a fucking console, whatever. So people that are buying handhelds are buying consoles, and they're getting class. And then there are definitely people out there that are buying Switches to play as consoles. Like they're going to leave it in the dock, and they're literally never going to take it out. I'm sure. I don't know how big a percentage there is, but to have sold more than the Super Nintendo, I mean, I would be surprised if it didn't, especially now that they came out with the new Pokemon game. Like that's
Oh, yeah.
that's a game changer
You know-
for Nintendo. Are you kidding me?
You know, it'd have been more impressive if it passed the Wii numbers, because the Wii numbers is pretty crazy. It's like under like over 100 something million.
Give it time.
Probably wouldn't have
It
sent another
hasn't
Switch.
been around that long, and it hasn't started doing what the Wii did, which was bundling with every game that comes out. You have an idea
Right.
how many different kinds of Wiis there are? Like,
And Miss is like, I am loving it. Look at her face. Let's get it. Let's.
yeah, Miss
just look
loves the Wiis. She's cisgendered.
There we go.
Oh,
Look at that.
damn.
Look at that face. That is how she feels about
You
this.
You are on Vlad TV.
I want to look at myself.
that was the classic. Like, oh God, why are we talking? Okay, so I just thought that was an interesting fun fact, and yeah, Epix is adapting Epix is adapting King Arthur, and we just got an awesome musical number for that. Thank you, Miss. Epix is adapting King Arthur. Fuck, I'm getting tired. King Arthur's story. So,
Hold on.
what
Zod.
do you guys think of that?
Zod, I have to leave. I'm being told to leave. So,
By who?
the Mistress of Mayhem.
You tell Mary she's coming on my
told to
channel,
leave.
and then she tells you to leave. I am so
What?
hurt.
Oh man.
You know what? When we have our interview, I am going to just let her have it. Oh, no, Miss May. I am hurt. I am crying. I am sad. Look at this face. This is my sad face.
Aw. It is very sad, Mary.
I can't hear you, and I don't really know that I give a shit.
Savage.
I'm taking you off speaker.
She's been creeping on us.
I have to go. I'm gonna go. She says bye, Felicia.
Oh man, oh man.
Okay.
Bye, Mary.
Bye, Mary.
I'm saying bye to you guys. I'm not getting off the phone. Bye.
Bye, Miss. Thank you for stealing
See you
my
later.
panelist,
Yeah.
Mary.
Yeah.
See
Bye.
you later. Oh, you never know what's going to happen in the
Well,
fandom
they
zone.
don't want to have phone sex live on the internet. It's understandable. I get that.
Mary is definitely a part of the Illuminati.
Oh, 100% a Mason. Like, she can lay a slab.
So
quick she made
this is
that
a great
call.
time to. This is a great time to promo the fact that I will be having Miss Mayhem on here. It should be a very fun Fandom Talks. I haven't had her on my channel in a while, so we'll be doing that Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 every other, so or Eastern Standard Time, just so time zones don't get crossed again. It's 8 p.m. Central Time, and I'll have everything ready to
You'll
go.
get it confused by then. I have faith in you.
Thank you. I'm always glad you guys have faith in me.
Terrence
But
wants to know why you're always leaving him hanging, though.
with the what? With the what? Man, we did our first set of 10 hours. I'm just working out the logistics because I got to clear a whole block of my day for our talks. Like, when me and Terrence talk, we're going to get into it. Bitchy, that is not something you got to put as public knowledge. That's
you know, it'd be an interesting thing to do on stream for you and Terrence. Y'all have a push-up contest the whole time y'all are live streaming until this live stream stops. You just keep going.
And they do what?
Push-ups? Man, yeah. I'm pretty fit. I could do a lot of push-ups, but I can't do like 3,000. Like, my limit is like...
can't do 3,000. His programming doesn't call for it.
Error.
Oh my God, do you see the responses? You know, you're getting them hyped. Fuck you guys, I gotta do this live stream.
Yeah, push-ups. I'm doing them right fucking now, boys. Fuck yeah.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna call this one. I'm getting sleepy. I got a unicorn to go snuggle up next to.
You're not getting sleepy. You're doing fucking push-ups.
I'm gonna go get a jump on this push-up contest and start getting ready for it now. Let's go to the man who jumps in right on time to promote his channel. Go ahead, Mr. Perp. Tell him about that great.
Why are you still a white circle?
He wants to be like us.
The white man. No, not at all. The white man wants me to be held down by the system.
Must
but anyway,
conform. One of us.
But you're this Perp, the last black man on Earth again.
One of us.
Got some movie reviews coming, some other reviews of this new Netflix series, The Stranger. Very interesting stuff. If you like a show about fake pregnancies, bitches getting capped in the kneecap, llamas missing their heads and shit. I know it's not called a llama. It's called something alpaca or something like that. I don't know what the fucking
same thing.
Called. Yeah, and it's got a bunch of other shady shit and shady characters. So if you got Netflix, definitely go watch it. You know what I'm saying?
What if I don't have Netflix?
Then you can go find it illegally.
Then get Cody.
You didn't hear that from me. I'm just saying you can find it illegally.
Then find friends on the internet.
It's called living single.
Terrence, are you gonna punch me through the stream? What the fuck is going on?
He's gonna kill you.
I wasn't looking at my other device.
PB would laugh if I punched Zod on a live stream. Would you? That might up the likes. I would be dead, so I couldn't even enjoy the million views.
No, Terrence knows how to hold back. He'll just use like 5% of his power.
We love you. We love you, Terrence. Oh my God. But yeah, this has been another.
If you get Zod to 1,000 subscribers, he'll literally take a kick from Terrence on stream.
In the face.
It might be the last stream I ever do, but I'll do it because it would have ended at 1,000. So that's my YouTube journey, and it would be a blast, literally.
Oh man,
the end of a villain.
And of course, 100%.
Like a Dateline story.
And of course, my
Oh, okay.
my compatriot, my co-host, the person who lately has been on time, Mr. Pop Culture PB.
Yeah, it's easy to be on time when you never do a show. Roasted.
Burn.
Oh, this is
And
why
if
they
you
love
feel
this.
it, because it's cold out, you should be able to. It's cold as fuck. It's actually not that bad, and we're supposed to go through a spell where it's going to get upwards of 40 degrees Fahrenheit outside in Wisconsin. How wonderful it'll be. Anyway, I'm PB. You can find me at Pop Culture PB on YouTube and on Twitter. I do videos talking about Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and I do High Council highlights. So if you would like to enjoy a laugh, pop over to my channel, click on a video. If you would like to enjoy multiple videos, I got a playlist with every single video I've ever done put together. You can just click on that son of a bitch and let all of them fucking play. It'll be excellent. Happy trails.
Oh, excellent. And of course, you've been here in the Fandom Zone. I just posted.
No. Pause. You fucking liar. The Fandom Zone has a fucking Japanese rising sun behind it. We're in the Fandom Mobile.
You've been in the Fandom Mobile for another great late night talks where we laughed, cried, we had
Who's
representation.
Proper crying.
Proper was crying. And thank you. A big shout out to Justin Proper, to LB, to Miss Sarcastic Nerd, to Mary Mayhem, even though she stole my fucking panelist.
Hey,
I'm gonna
she
talk
was
to you
on
about
the
that
show.
later.
You heard her
Whoa.
voice, and she didn't really give a shit. It was excellent.
No.
Man, Mary is Illuminati. You might be careful.
100%, 100% Mason confirmed. She knows how to use that, square and compass? I don't fucking remember what it is.
Yep. But yeah, definitely go over and check out everyone who's been on here. They're great to be here in the Fandom Zone and just bullshit and have a good time. Thank you to some new subscribers who hit that subscribe button. I appreciate your support, and there'll be reviews coming. I got Gretel and Hans, so coming. God, I hate saying that like that, perp. And I got
Gretel and Hansel.
and I got a talk coming on Tuesday with Miss Mary Mayhem. We will be talking about her channel.
It's a fucking Tuesday now?
Yeah, scheduling. I have to adjust sometimes when I do Phantom Talks. Typically, they're on Sundays. I'm making a special time. And on Thursday, come over to Chris Knight's channel. You may see me on the Weekly Rumble, where we do a bunch of...
Are you on that every week now?
It depends on the panel. I have been on them, 2 of them consistently out of 3.
I mean, I'll replace the hell out of you.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun time. And also, G-Man Lives will be on the channel. We're still working it out because he's like in the UK, so we got to get the time zones. Fucking time zones.
I feel like it's
lined up.
supposed to be G-Man Lives, not
Yeah,
Lives.
G-Man Lives, yeah.
Like, it's a totally different connotation of what's going on.
Kryptonian.
Like,
but yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, everybody, and we really appreciate you. And as always, remember the only rule here in the Fandom Zone: kneel before your General Zod.
oh,
No,
you
or
added
just
General
give me
to
$1. Just give me
Terrible.